The negativity that engulfed Stamford Bridge last season has dissipated. Chelsea are not flawless, but under Enzo Maresca, there is a newfound sense of promise, a feeling that the woes of recent years have been hurdled over. The 1-1 draw against Nottingham Forest at home before the October international break, snapping a 3-match winning run in the Premier League, was evidence that there is plenty of work to be done. But Chelsea still have a foot in the top four and one of the most talented front lines on the continent besides. Cole Palmer continues to sparkle, with pundit Jamie Carragher hailing the 22-year-old as the best player in the Premier League, though he is now joined by a wonderful array of quality, with fresh faces joined by the much-improved Nicholas Jackson and Noni Mudryk. That said, not everyone is on the up, with Mudryk still flattering to deceive. It would seem that the Blues are already considering moving for an upgrade. Chelsea transfer news. As per recent reports, Chelsea are interested in bringing Mohammed Kudus to Stamford Bridge. They are also joined by Arsenal in keeping tabs on the West Ham United winger. The Ghana international was on multiple clubs' radar this summer, but Chelsea might find that they are able to make their move in 2025, especially if Maresca and co decide to cut their losses with Mudryk. What Mohammed Kudus would bring to Chelsea. Most Chelsea fans will be well acquainted with Kudus' skill set. For the West Ham winger tore it up in the Premier League and is comfortably one of Europe's finest ball carriers. Indeed, he ranks among the top 2% of attacking midfielders and wingers across Europe's top 5 leagues over the past year for successful take-ons, 3.85, and the top 6% for tackles, 2.13, per 90, as per FBref, emphasizing not just a breakneck quality, but a combative approach that makes him more than just a speedster. A successful take-on is recorded when a player beats their opponent by directly carrying the ball past them while retaining possession. Kudus hasn't enjoyed the brightest of starts to the campaign by any stretch of the imagination, but there's little doubt that he's capable of big things, having even been described as a generational talent by journalist Gary Alsmith in the past. Last term, for West Ham, the 24-year-old scored 14 goals and supplied 6 assists for the club, dazzling after his £38 million transfer from Dutch team Ajax. Chelsea and Brighton and Hove Albion had both hoped to sign the fleet-footed wideman, but he opted to join the Irons in order to maximize his chances of rising to the fore on the English scene. Kudus could be the final piece of the puzzle over in West London. But a player like Mudryk would need to be sold first. Why Chelsea should ditch Mudryk? Chelsea have a bulging assortment of players, but much of the noise surrounding the size of Maresca's squad was overinflated this summer, especially with Raheem Sterling, Romelu Lukaku, and many more shipped on. Mudryk for Chelsea. Mudryk still plies his trade as a Blue, but he's hardly proving himself to be worthy of a starting spot in the biggest moments, having started just once in the Premier League against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Football.London branded the Ukrainian with a 5 out of 10 match rating and criticized the quiet display. Chelsea signed Mudryk in a deal worth up to £89 million in January 2023, sending the fanbase in a rapture after Arsenal were beaten to his signature. The whole ordeal has been anything but successful, for Mudryk has posted 7 goals and 7 assists from 66 matches, which stands at a goal contribution rate of 0.21 per game. He is improving and always carries a threat through his dribbling, ranking among the top 16% of positional peers for progressive carries. 5.22, PR90, as per FBref, but he's hardly proving himself to be a central part of the club, finding the lion's share of his success in cup competitions. Building blocks. However, is the 23-year-old really a superior player to Kudus? Would the West Ham man fail to spark a better effect with a cross-London switch? Neither Mudryk nor Kudus have enjoyed particularly prolific careers in English football, but Kudus is more rounded, athletic, and enterprising, also playing in a side that doesn't exactly chalk up hordes of opportunities. Indeed, West Ham are struggling to create under Julian Lopetegui, with just 11 big chances created from 7 Premier League matches. Chelsea, by comparison, are joint top of that metric, with 24. Last year, West Ham ranked 15th with 58 big chances created, further emphasizing the lack of creative freedom that the Irons winger would find anew at Chelsea. Mudryk was commented to be battling for his Chelsea future before the summer transfer window slammed shut, and although he survived and made noticeable improvements, it might not be enough to save his Stamford Bridge career. Now when targets like Kudus could be signed, to elevate Chelsea to an even higher standing as the resurgence continues.